Yes. Good evening, students. So we'll wait for a few minutes for everyone to join. Because today discussion I think is on motivation theories, because there are the views on the student that they want to repeat this topic, and tomorrow we'll do for that is last lecture of this OB, which is on the case studies on OB actually. The case study we'll discuss in tomorrow's class along with today as well after discussion of motivation. Okay. So we are waiting for everyone to join first and then we'll start. Fine.
Okay, sir.
So because we are done with the syllabus of this particular topic, so syllabus is almost always complete for this particular subject right now. The only thing which is left out is just today's revision topic on motivation and tomorrow's session on the case studies. That's all. Okay. So let me open that PPTs for you and we'll start discussing on that. Yes, students. So we'll discuss this motivation topic today. And I think because we already covered up this topic in the last classes. Okay. So let's have a quick revision of this topic again. And we'll discuss this now. Okay. Let's wait for, I think, 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Okay, students. So I think we should start now. That is what is motivation. And I think we have already covered about this particular word, this particular topic, that what is motivation is all about. Okay. So when we discuss about the motivation, it is derived from the word motive, which is nothing but the active form of a desire, craving, or a need that must be satisfied. Okay. Now, in this case of motivation, we are talking right now, the desire within an individual that stimulates him or her to a particular set of action, because it is nothing but an enforcement, okay, in which the particular person may have a you could say internal desire or internal you could say hunger to achieve something. That is called the George R. Terry definition. According Robert Dublin, it is a complex forces starting and keeping a person at work in an organization, means keep himself or herself motivated throughout its you could say time. The definition by Vitals, it is basically an unsatisfied need which create a state of tension or disequilibrium, causing the individual to move in a goal-directed pattern towards restoring a state of equilibrium by satisfying the needs. So it is a very simple definition about how the motivation is all about a hunger of a particular person, that what actually he want to achieve, what actually anticipate him. Okay. So that is the basic definition about motivation is all about. Okay. Now, the major factors of motivation, if we discuss right now, okay, that is first part is inner psychological forces that compels an individual to achieve something. Okay. Now, in this case, when we're discussing about this particular motivation, we are talking about the psychological, you could say, and reinforcement or enforcement, how a particular person can achieve something. Okay, that is called the inner psychological force that actually motivate a person to achieve something in his or her life. Okay, second point, it is influenced by personality traits, learning abilities, and competencies of an individual. It means it talks about the type of personality. According to that, the motivation may be different. The learning ability, the learning potential of a person, and competency means the potential of a person to achieve something. Okay. The third point we have, that is about the motivation is directly proportional to the efficiency of a person. Okay. That is, higher the motivation, higher would be the efficiency of a particular individual. Next one, the motivation originates from need and wants of an individual. What exactly the person wants to achieve in his or her life. According to that, the motivation may actually generate it out of those needs and wants. Okay. Next point, it is a process of stimulating and channelizing energy of an individual for achieving the goal. It means that whenever the particular person wants to achieve something in his or her life, that particular pathway, that particular motivation always enforce a person to achieve something in his or her life. Okay. Next one, it helps to improve the level of performance. That is about when a particular person is highly motivated, the performance level of a particular person would be very, very high. Okay. And the last one, it is a degree which may differ from person to person, depends on type of personality. So type of motivation, it totally depends on the degree to which a particular person is motivated. If it is highly motivated, he would be highly, you could say, perform, or you could say, but the performance would be very, very high when it's particular sense. But all these particular degree differs on the personality types, need, competencies, and the other factor. Everyone, please. Any doubt in this particular slide? The major factors of motivation.
No, sir.
Perfect. Next one now, the features of motivation. The first one is it is an internal feeling or force that enforces a person to achieve something. It is a continuous activity, that motivation should be continuous so that the person should remain actually efficient in his or her professional life. And as I told you, It varies from person to person and time to time, depends on the mindset and the personality type the individual do have. And these motivation may be positive or negative. According to that, the performance may be directed in the concerned way. Because we are just going for the revision of this particular topic. We have already covered up this particular unit in the previous classes, the motivation theories. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? The features of motivation. Any other doubt? Any other query, please? Hanji, any doubt in this slide, please?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, need-based theory. The theories of motivation we will discuss now. So there are basically first theory in the need-based theory, which is called the Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Okay. In the Maslow's need hierarchy theory, the Maslow's actually has divided the need of a particular individual as per the motivation level. Until unless the basic needs are not completed, the person may not feel motivated. Next stage is safety needs, then social, then esteem, and then self-actualization. See the diagram right now. The person will get motivated once they are moving in the hierarchy from bottom to top, starting from physiological or basic needs, which include ventilation, food, water, wages, environmental issues in the organization, if we talked about. If these needs are satisfied, the person would be motivated and they can actually focus on the safety needs. Safety needs include job security, working conditions, retirement benefits, etc. That may come under safety needs. Second one, or the a third part, we have social needs or called relationship needs. Okay, friends at the workplace, colleagues at the workplace. That is again the requirement of a particular person at the social needs. Once social need is fulfilled, the person may go for esteem needs, which includes self-respect, recognition, respect, and self-image. That is a part of your esteem needs. The last one we have, that is called self-actualization. Once the person has actually achieved all these basic four needs, the last need which he can achieve, that is realizing one potential for continued growth and individual development. How a particular person actually can focus on individual development and the growth of a particular person. That is the basic model of Maslow's need hierarchy theory. Please draw this diagram as well if you want and note down these important points. Anji, done everyone? Please note down fast. Yes, we're done, I think, everyone. Hanji, clear, everyone?
Yes, done.
Perfect, perfect. Because in try to understand, we are discussing on the revision topic because we have already covered up during the main sessions of this particular topic. The next part we have, that is about the ERG theory of motivation. Now, what the ERG did basically, that is called expectancy, relevancy, and you could say growth need. Okay, so what they did basically, they have divided the Maslow's 5 needs under 3 basic groups, which is called existence, related, and growth. If you can see that satisfaction progression, frustration regression. Okay, now you can see that what the ERG, which is given by the Clayton Alderfer, these needs are basically existence related needs and the growth needs. Similar to the Maslow's, what they did basically, they have divided the needs into grouping now. Existence means for existence of a particular person, the physiological and the security need must be fulfilled. For belonging in the extreme, readiness needs must be fulfilled. And for the growth, self-esteem and the self-actualization should be fulfilled. Okay, so in that case, similar to the Maslow's theories only, but that Maslow's theories are divided into 3 basic groups by the Alderfer. And you can see that as per the ERG model, the basic concept which comes under this particular point, how the you could say Maslow's theories and the ERG theory is basically different on the basis of these 2 grounds. Okay, first of all, student note on this diagram first of all, and then this bifurcation, and then I'll explain you how these 2 theories are different with one another. Yes, we're done with this diagram, I think. Everyone. Yes, please do it fast. And the bifurcation as well. The bifurcation of these three needs as per Clayton Adolpher in existence, relatedness, and the growth needs. Yes, sir, please do it fast. Then we discuss about difference between these two, Adolpher and Maslow theory.
Yes, done.
Done? Okay. Now, when we discuss about the difference between these two models, okay, it is about the Adolpher and the ERG model. Maslow's model. Okay, you can see that the first model, that is called the ERG model, that they are discussing about the person's motivation at the same time of two needs. You can see that the first one, that is satisfaction, actually must come with the two needs first of all. That is about the existence, relatedness, and growth. Second model, it talks about that ERG model is basically discussing about the two important concepts, that is called satisfaction progression if all needs are satisfied. You can see the first diagram. And frustration regression if any one or two parallel needs are not satisfied. So you can see that if all needs satisfied, it is called satisfaction progression. If one of the needs is not satisfied, it is called frustration or regression. That is the basic difference between these two theories. Yes, we note down fast. Yes, we're done. I think the difference between ERG and the Maslow's theory, the only difference arises in the grouping of the needs only. Okay.
Yes, it's done.
Yes, done. Good. Okay. Now the next theory we have dual structure approach to motivation, that is called two-factor theory. Now two-factor theory basically talks about there are certain factors in the company or in the organization, those who work as a motivator, and a certain set of factor, those who work as a maintenance or hygiene factors. Okay. Now what are the motivator factor first of all that we need to understand? These factors are achievements, recognition, advancements, work itself, possibility of personal growth and responsibility. These factors are job related factor and works as a motivator for a particular individual in the company. We talk about hygiene factor or maintenance factor. These are related to work environment in which the person is working. Okay. So these basically theory all about the two factor theory, which is given by Frederick Herzberg. And these, as per the Herzberg, these two factors are responsible for the satisfaction or dissatisfaction, which is motivators or hygiene factors. Motivators means the factor of jobs, and hygiene factors are factors related to work environment. Please note down this first part. Yes, we're done, I think. Now the motor factors of motivators, like job related factors, those who work as the motivators for the particular individual. But make sure these factors are primary factors which provide motivations. Yes, any doubt to anyone, please, in this motivators or job related factors? Please note down fast. The second factor is called hygiene factors. Please do it fast, friends. Any doubt in this? Yes, students. Is this clear? What are motivators? The second factor is the hygiene or maintenance factors, okay, which are associated with the work environment. Or you could say they are secondary factor, which must give the motivation to the employees. Yes, student. Any doubt to anyone, please, in this dual structure theory of Herzberg, which is called two-factor theory as well, based on motivators and hygiene factors? Yes, students. Any doubt to anyone, please? Yes, and shall we move? I think if it is done. Next is XY theories of motivation. Hanji, shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Second one, we have XY theories of motivation. Now, in this case, we are actually talking about the theory which is given by Douglas McGraw. In this way, a particular person maybe you could say motivated or demotivated. Okay, there are two types of, you could say, viewpoints which is available in the organization. That is, one is negative viewpoint, one is positive viewpoints. Okay, the negative viewpoints called the theory of X, and positive viewpoint called theory of Y. Okay, theory X is based on external control of human behavior, and theory Y is based on self control and self direction. Okay, so you can see that theory X is basically based on external periphery, and theory Y is based on internal periphery. Okay, theory X is basically based on traditional approach towards the employee of the company, which is hard and rigid standard of work behavior. But theory Y is based on commitment of employee, self-direction, self-control, and participative way of management in the organization. That's the reason theory X is more, you could say, traditional, more rigid, and it is called a negative, you could say, approach to motivation. Okay, and theory Y is based on commitment of employees and self-direction, and it is more about the participative nature. Yes, students, any doubt, please?
No, sir.
Perfect. Now, theory X. basically the major attributes of theory X, which is more traditional, more rigid, and more external, we can say. So the theory X talks about the employee dislike their work. Employee must be coerced, controlled, and threatened to do the work. The employees avoid responsibility and seek formal direction. I mean, basically more about a dictatorship sort of, you could say, management in the company when it's come to theory X concept or theory X approach of motivation. Theory wise, you could say more about the participative, more about self-control, more about, you could say, giving more freedom to your employees when we come to managing the organization and giving them more motivations. Okay. Employee love work as play or rest. Employee are self-directed and self-control and committed to the objectives of the organization. They accept and seek responsibility, and they are, you could say, more innovative. Even though if the managers, you could say, not actually confined or not restricted to management only, but the employees also possess it. They can innovate. They can give their suggestion to the management when they are talk about any approach. So that is all about the theory X and theory Y of motivation. First is more traditional. Second is more participative. First is external. Second is internal. First is, you could say, more rigid. Second is more practical. Clear, I think, everyone? Haji, please note down if you want these points. Then we'll start with the next topic. That is Room's expectancy theory. Haji, theory X and theory Y. Please do it fast. Yes, friend, done, I think so. Theory X and theory Y. Note it down as well.
Yes, sir.
Now I think we are going for a break of 10 minutes. Okay. And we'll discuss the room expectancy theory. And we have one more that is about the how to enhance the motivation in the organization. Because it's a revision class, make sure, students, because we are discussing this topic on the request of the students regarding revision of this particular topic, motivation and its theories. Okay. So we are going for a break of 10 minutes and we'll get back to you after 10 minutes of time. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, students, shall we start now? I think. So next topic we have Vroom's expectancy theory. Okay. First of all, this theory was developed by Victor Vroom, and as per the Vroom, the basically motivation is based on how people behave with a particular alternative. Okay. In this case, the Vroom has actually suggested two factor on which the motivation depends. The one, how much an individual desires a particular goal. Okay, means a particular target or something which he or she wants to achieve. That's the very first part. Second one, how likely he thinks he can get it. Means what are the chances that he would be successfully able to achieve that. So Vroom has actually focused on these two factors, that the motivation can be achieved only because of two factors. The first one, desire to achieve something, and what chances that he will actually achieve that success in his life. Please note down, students. Then we discuss about the assumption and the major factors. Yes, student, is it clear? The first point, the first slide of this Vroom expectancy. Yes, students, please kindly confirm. Is it clear, everyone? Yes, students, please kindly confirm. Is it done? Now, the basic assumptions of this particular Vroom's theory. The first is the behavior of a person is determined by the combination of forces in the individual and in the environment. Means a particular motivation does not constitute only a single factor. There would be so many factors which may constitute, which may determine the behavior of a particular person. Okay. Second point, people make decision about their own behavior in the organization, because people do have their own mindset, their own way, how they are actually behaving in the organization according to the way they want to behave, according to the way they want to approach towards the various, you could say, aspect, towards the various, you could say, uh, assessment in the organization. The next one we have, different people have different types of needs, desires, and the goals. Okay, it's very common actually. And people always make their choices among the alternative plans available, depends on their perception, depends on their, you could say, viewpoint about a particular motivational factors, which may be monetary, which may be non-monetary. Please note down this as well. Any doubt to anyone? Yes, it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now, effort to perform an expectancy. What Vroom has suggested actually, if you will put your hard efforts, it will reflect in your performance. Okay. These are directly proportionate to each other, your effort and your performance. It may be between 0 and 1. If your efforts and performance are unrelated, it is 0. And if it is complement or the amount of effort you put forward and the performance which is being taken out of that, if it is very, very high, it is called 1. So always remember the effort to performance expectancy is directly proportional, effort and performance. It lies between 0 and 1. 0 means it is unrelated and 1 it is highly related. That is called the first model, or first you could say point of view about the Vroom expectancy theory, effort to performance model. Yes, student, please note down fast. Yes, student, clear? I think everyone. 0 and 1 and the relationship between effort and performance.
Yes, sir.
Next one. It is performance to outcome now. Now, definitely, if efforts are high, performance would be high. And if it is related as well, definitely it will achieve a particular goal or outcome in someone's life. Okay. Now, if the outcome and performance are unrelated, it is 0. And when the outcome and performance are highly rated, it is 1, similar to the previous one. So make sure always there are 3 basic concepts we discussed: effort to performance and performance to outcome. Because ultimately, if you're performing well, but you are not able to achieve the desired outcome or desired goal, it is 0. If it is so, it is 1. So that is basically the relationship of Vroom expectancy here. Yes, we're done, I think. Room expectancy theory based on effort, performance, and outcome model. Yes, students, clear, I think.
Yes, sir.
Then the last topic of the day, that is enhancing motivation in the organization. And these are the following 10 points through which we can enhance the motivation of a particular person in the organization. That's all about this motivation topic. Please have a look of these 10 points. If you have any query, do let me know, please.
Sir, please explain the promote from within. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, please.
Promote from within. Third one, sir.
Third one. So promote
Yeah.
within basically is all about the self realization about yourself, or you could say about your future goals. Okay. Like for example, if you want to achieve something in your life in the organization as well, if you talk about hierarchy, or if you talk about any, you could say monetary benefits you're targeting for. In that case,
Okay.
you could say motivate yourself from within, that how the success path can be designed, how the success path can be, you could say, jot down on the paper or on the reality, so that you can achieve something slowly, gradually. If you would be able to walk on that,
That means that means self-analyze.
yes,
I think so. Yeah.
self-assessment, introspection, we can say.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, sir. Because this topic we have choose just on the request of the student, and tomorrow we have a last class of OB, and we will take the doubt session. Along with that, we will go for case studies as well. So this is a session which we have for tomorrow, and from
Okay.
1st of April onwards, we'll start marketing management, the next subject.
From 1st April, na?
1st April, yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Marketing management topic start with from 1st April, na?
1st April, yes, yes.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Hanji. Any other doubt to anyone, please, in this topic now? Motivation, what is motivation theories and the factors enhancing motivation?
Sir, can you explain number 9 point, admit mistake?
Yes, definitely. Admin mistakes basically is all about if you know that you have committed some mistake and if you know the reason behind that, so you always need to accept that. If not, definitely somehow this thing will pinch you in the future and that may become a hurdle, you could say, between you and your success. Because sometimes it's happened, like you realize later on that I should accept that mistake so that the things would be much better what actually I'm facing right now in the organization. Because accepting mistake, basically there is no harm in that. If you are a human being, you may commit some mistakes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Visha, please, always. Because we have almost done all the topics of your syllabus, and tomorrow we are going for doubts and some case studies as well.
Excuse me,
Yes, yes, please.
is it possible to show back the grid of the theory Y, please?
Pardon, I think.
The theory Y, please.
Okay, theory X and Y.
Yes, only for Y, please.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Because Ms. Jeva, theory X and Y is basically is all about the two different dimension of the theory, or two different, you could say, part of theory. One talks
Yes,
about
sir.
the one extreme, one talks about the another extreme.
Yes, I missed one small bit in the theory Y, please. Can you show it back
Yeah, sure.
from your PC? Thank you.
Theory Y is there on my screen, I think. Shall I explain this?
Okay. No, it's okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any more query, please, to anyone? Yes, students. Any more doubt to anyone, please? Kindly confirm. Yes, students. If not, then definitely sign out for the day, and we'll catch you tomorrow with the case studies and doubt clearing sessions from complete OB syllabus. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Happy Holi, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Kaushik. Yeah, thank you.
Holi is over right now.
No, Rashtada.